tua ma le au nanga le mot tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo ila ta vale. Siapa lah yang foi suau mau lau tapan. Afai foi vai pa olosa. Awala te pon matu te siapa lah yang foi mau lau tapan. Molo no posila mua tape lau ta vale pe out. Lua tape lau telefoni il time out ina lau tapan. Mala vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasaina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga papeni Mota Samoa ole mota mo Samoa Mado te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa Maftaila fia mai we'll see you again God bless
Le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ua o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking o le matua I whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni mato account o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa. E ia inga I tahu na whaamalia mo nisi whaamatalanga I le nei au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili ole tau. Ole lafo me ole pepa tala oloa. Ona whaangale e whaatau I oloa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa suma fua tau e lisia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo fo voucher. Ila wana whaatau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo voucher ua mau le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te wherua I malo telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash ona inu e nori tamao le ainga.
Whaatea tulava le talo fo voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaatai. Malua langa le tampai.
Tai talo voucher.
Teki talo fo voucher.
And a warm Pacific greetings to all of our viewers today. Claudia, how are you?
Good to have you back and see your beautiful face on the show again. I know that everyone must be really excited. I'm very excited to have my other half and my partner in crime back on the show.
Oh, look, I'm super excited to be back. And being away for a few days off work, it's been difficult. Definitely been difficult. I found myself isolated, feeling a little bit lonely. But I just wanted to quickly make a massive shout out to our frontline workers, to the nurses, the doctors, the cleaners, anyone that is involved with our healthcare system. A massive shout out to you all, and a massive whawhitai lava, and even that's including the security. The staff at Middlemore Hospital, thank you so much. I think it's really important that we do, avoid getting into, what do you call it? Getting ourselves into trouble. Stay in your bubble. That's all I have to say. But otherwise, it's good to be back home.
I am just so glad that you're safe, that baby's safe, and that you can join us. And I gotta say that your fans are super excited that you're back on the show, Phil. We've got Jules. I'm gonna claim her as one of your fans, maybe our fan. Hi, Jules. Hi, Flora. Thank you so much for tuning in. Fala is back. Thank you so much for joining our show, especially after yesterday's show and the comments you made on yesterday's show, Fala.
Yeah, and a massive thanks, shout out to Peter, Retip, DJ Retip, also to Brenda, who's tuning in from Australia as well. Look, today, we've been. It's been a difficult time with COVID and how there's so many restrictions in place. There's been a few viral videos going out on TikTok, but one that's been a standout over the last couple of days has been the one that has been posted by Tipene Funerals. So I'm actually really excited to get to tell a little bit with Fiona in regards to her experience, her journey with the funeral that's gone viral. And there's so many comments that have been thrown around about that. So what are your thoughts about that though, Claudia, before we invite our guest on?
This whole entire panorama that we find ourselves in with COVID-19 and lockdown, I think it's still something that we're navigating through. It's definitely hard, especially with our funerals, like you're saying, and with our guests. So I'm very eager to kind of get her on board and have that discussion with her, because it is unforeseen waters that we're navigating into. So like you were saying before, we all got to just be kind to each other. The virus is the enemy, not the people. So everyone just be kind to each other. I know there's a lot of, nasty comments going around on social media about certain people's ethnicities, and that's not okay, guys. It's never okay. So definitely be kind to each other. But before we bring Fiona on, I'm going to do a quick COVID-19 update for today. Now, it is a little bit scary today because there are more than 60 new cases of COVID-19 in New Zealand today. So that brings the overall total of the Delta community outbreak to more than 200. So guys, now more than ever, it is important to stay at home, stay in your bubble. If you are showing symptoms, get tested. The government will be closely watching for any spread outside of the Auckland area ahead of its decision on Friday about whether to keep all of New Zealand at level 4. Now, Auckland is in lockdown until next Tuesday, and that decision will be reviewed on Monday. But in the meantime, guys, be safe. Stay home, please. Trying to our out by staying home. And the Blue Wave team, they are currently also cooking up a storm, because the whole entire Blue Wave team is participating in a cooking competition. And we are getting our entries from our employees and team members, and they're all going to be shown on the show tomorrow. And I know, Pea, you are definitely thinking of what to submit. And I see that cheeky grin. I feel like you're going to be cooking up something amazing.
Oh, look, I'm not much of a cook. I think everyone agrees that I'm the worst cook. However, I do feel that I will be able to persuade our audience to vote for Pea.
Yes, guys. So without further ado, we are going to go into a quick break. We have some exciting new ads to show you guys. So let us know what you think about them in the comments. I know some of them have people surfing out on the beautiful beaches. Yes. So we'll see you back very shortly.
Stay tuned, guys.
tau tua ma le au nanga le mo tau Samoa service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga I se ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik pak ulusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posilah Fia, mua tapi lah ucapan le Pea ut. Nua tapi lah telefon ni time ut ina lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasa ina lo tau maktapa ai no fuanga fa pengi Mata Samoa ole mata mo Samoa Mata te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa Aftaile fia mai we'll see you again God bless
Talofa everyone and welcome back. Yes, it is a very difficult time now with COVID. And as explained earlier and prior to outbreak, we do have a very, very special guest. We have the beautiful, the wonderful, the funny, the energetic, the vibrant, and the amazing Fiona Bakulich joining us today from the Tipene funeral. Fiona, look, I'll let you do your introduction because I'm sure everyone's going, whatever, Pea. But Fiona, thank you so much for making the time for myself and Claudia. We really, really appreciate it. We know that you are very busy, but I'll let you do your intro for our viewers, please.
Talofa lava and kakosi. So just a brief about myself. My mum is obviously Samoan, the crazy side. My nena, who are the Afualos, range from the village of Kuli and Sabai and Whangawhau and Sasina. And my grandfather, the late Reverend Leiloi Sitini, ranged from Vauwai, Whalealili and Uawhato Whangaloa. So yeah, I'm a mother of one 21-year-old now. I feel really old. Beautiful son called Ivan, and I have beautiful siblings, 2 sisters and a brother who obviously is in the business as well. We still have our mother with us. Our dad passed away in 2016. And yeah, I've been with Tipene for a while now and loving the job. Thank you for having me, most importantly.
No, look, I know everyone's going, oh yeah, I'm definitely related to Fiona now because of all of the villages, but your surname is obviously not Samoan. So just give us a little bit of an insight on the surname part, because Bakulich is definitely not Samoan, right?
Yeah, especially when they tell us that 50% of the COVID is Samoan. I quickly turn and say I'm Afasi. Yeah, so our dad is a New Zealand-born Croatian. Our grandparents were Croatians. My Nana's family from up in Waiharara, up north, and they were the Stanisic's. And then, of course, my grandfather's family in Dagawau, who are the Bakuliches. So, yeah, they are very hard-working families, all from farm industries. Yeah, and Dad was sort of the man that caught my mother's eye.
Love that. Now, you're going to have to forgive my pronunciation, but is it Savro? Is that how you say hello in Croatian?
Yeah.
Savro
Or Kakosi.
Kakosi means hi, how are you? I know dobro jutro
Yeah,
is good morning.
that's right.
I know da is yes. And I think that's as far as like, I don't know. I know Blaja is beach.
Yeah.
Am I
So
right?
if you want to ever get Bear to be quiet, just say muchi.
Yes.
What a show.
Muchi. Okay, then we'll just keep it muchi today.
Semi.
Look, Claudia and I before the show, she was excited to have you on. We all are. But before we get into all of the real, the raw stuff that's currently happening in the world and that we're currently facing, we thought we would brighten up everyone's day and take it back to, we'll talk a little bit about how famous you are. You are a superstar because it's on Netflix now, the Casketeers. I'll let you take over, Claudia, because I know that you've got a few questions with regards to Fiona being a cast member on the Casketeers, which is, by the way, a New Zealand, an award-winning reality show here in New Zealand, which is now, I believe, on Netflix.
Yeah. Havla Pea, thank you for that Passover. By the way, Havla means thank you, right, Fiona?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, we get it.
You got it right.
I don't know. Okay. I was watching a few of the videos and we did post some of them onto the BluTV page, and you're absolutely hilarious, Fiona. Now, you are a cast member of the Casketeers, which you can see on Netflix. So the viewers can kind of get a feeling of just how freaking hilarious you are. We are going to play one of the videos of you asking for a fridge in your office. So could you please bring up that video of Fiona kindly asking for a fridge?
Oh, this is hilarious. I can't wait.
The one downstairs.
There you go. You can put the first water in.
Why do you always want to make upstairs better than downstairs?
The new fridge upstairs, I think it's amazing. Wrong spot, but I love it.
You just want to make upstairs better than downstairs.
No, I just
Keep us modest and straight downstairs, right?
Upstairs gets everything, and downstairs we just get the ugly, old stuff.
Dear, I want to ask you, do you like your office?
I love my office.
Nona's office is always messy. I really don't think she cares that anyone cleans it.
So do I get a small fridge downstairs?
Small fridge? For?
My office.
I've started exercising to the point I've lost around 15 kilos. So, yeah, I would love a little fridge in my office, only because then it stops me from wanting to eat takeouts.
If you can keep the office clean for 3 weeks.
Yeah, a month. Say a month.
Month.
Yeah.
So I come in there, no food, no scrap, I'll get you a fridge, little fridge.
Nona won't be able to keep her office clean for a month.
Well, you better try, because we've got a bet on you. Yeah. How much is the bet? How much do I win?
No. The bet is between the staff that
I can't keep it clean.
for even 3 days.
I don't even think she can keep her office clean.
That is so funny. Now, Fiona, the $1 million question, did you end up getting your fridge?
Yes, I did. I did get my fridge after all the begging. I got it.
Was it a nice fridge?
It was a beautiful fridge. It's a black fridge. It's a small fridge. It just fits in the corner of my little Harry Potter office.
I love that.
We saw a lot of comments today saying that Fiona deserves a massive fridge, a massive office. You deserve a lot. And I bet you have those negotiating skills that you have with Francis are like next level. We've also had a lot of questions with regards to, is it actually real or is it scripted? Can you give us a little bit of an insight on that? Because I personally know that, yourself, that is very toned down Fiona that we see on the screen. I've got a lot of energy, but can you give us a little bit of an insight about the behind the scenes?
Yeah. So behind the scenes, we sort of need to sort of have a lot of mannerism. Obviously, we don't know what sort of crowd is watching. And we have to be ourselves. So, yeah, no, it's not scripted. And like Bear said, it is very It is very mild. It has toned down a lot, especially when it comes to me and Francis. I sort of have to watch what I say, only because, you don't want to give out the wrong message. And sometimes Francis can push me right to the edge where I'm about to burst, and then I quickly have to like take a deep breath in and just exhale just a little. Man, sometimes the colors can be a bit walea, but yeah, I try and like tone down and understand that the TV crew are following me. Sometimes you can forget because you're just in the moment of doing your job. So yeah, it's become habit now that we just got to do our job with a bit of respect and mindful of what we say and do.
How does that feel, Fiona? How did it feel at first to kind of have all these cameras following you around, constantly filming you?
At first, it was a bit hard to actually give the family all you can, because you're mindful that there are things that you don't want to relay on TV that are sacred to the family. It starts from getting wired up. If you're wearing a dress, good luck, because it's really hard to try and wire up yourself, without the poor guy trying to find a space to put it on. And if you're awful for pussy, good luck. And then down to making sure that you're saying the appropriate things at the right time, so that you're once again able to look at the message that you're relaying out for people to understand about funerals in general.
Yeah. Now, I've always wondered this about like other reality TV shows that are very dramatic, and sometimes a cast member will say something, I guess, very personal and not very sensitive, and they still show it on the show. Is it kind of like when you're filming, is it like anything you say that is filmed, the producers have the right to air it on TV? Is that how it works?
Well, the producers, they still need to go to the editing staff, and it's basically up to them on what they want to relay out as a message. I mean, we can say quite a lot of things. They ask us questions in the interviews, but at the end, it's the cutting team and the editing team that have the last say of what they put on or what they're trying to portray out as a message in that particular moment.
Gotcha. I know that filming can be a little bit stressful at times. So we do have a clip of you and some cast members giving a crack at meditating. And this is just an equally as funny video. So guys, have a laugh at this video.
I know.
We've got to go meditate quickly. Come on. Last year, the staff and I, we enjoyed some meditation and some yoga, which was, really eye-opening for us. So anyway, we close our eyes.
Now?
Now, yeah. And we're gonna have some deep breaths.
So hard not to crack up. I just know I'm gonna laugh.
Now we're gonna go to an island. And we're gonna imagine that we're on this island together and we can hear the crashing waves. What are you talking about?
When he starts pouring the water in the cup, in my head I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? It sounds like someone peeing.
Everyone's having a little bit of difficulty focusing on the sound of the water and the waves, so I'm trying to move from there into the drums. You can hear the natives with their music.
I don't think I found any natives.
So the next session we have, I think I'll just reduce the number of props and maybe use some sounds from the YouTube app, possibly just playing in the back, and then focus more on the kōrero with the staff to whakatau, to settle their wairua.
Oh my gosh, we need to pour the water in there for that one.
My favorite part was
you need some
when he was
water.
like, listen to the natives playing their music.
I know, like, is that how they played the drums in your village, Fiona?
You better calm down with that, mate. There's no way. First of all, we know how to drum, okay?
Mochi.
We definitely know how to
Pea
drum.
Mochi, is that right?
Yeah, we need to have a mochi moment there, Pea.
Seriously, you know, Fiona, like we've seen how hilarious the show is, and it has made a global impact, and it's now on Netflix. So, how does it feel, a Samoan woman like yourself, when we were growing up? Funerals have always been quite sacred, and we all know. Lakula says, you know, se funeral, file more, everyone be quiet. It's meant to be a time to mourn. I know that now over the 10 years that I've had back-to-back funerals, it's all changed. Funerals is a time to celebrate life. How did you feel being part of this show, knowing that there could potentially be that culture clash, you know, the whole Samoa thing, and you know, with the respect for the body? How did you feel?
You know, I tend to remember where I am from. At the same time, I conduct it accordingly to the family's needs.
Yeah.
So, you know, of course, we're going to have kids who haven't been raised in our Samoa way or in any kind of culture background against siblings or maybe aunties and uncles who have been. So, you know, for me, the point of contact is the most important person in my job, and that's where my instructions come from. And a lot of times people get frustrated and they're going, "Oh, oka lelea lofa I ka ko." It's not about not knowing your place in our culture. It's the fact that instructions are given.
Yeah.
That's how our job goes, in the way of who we listen to and how it goes, in the way of how things are now changing. And like you said, it's not the same like when we were growing up at church. You know, you got to, you know, wear ear, and you need to know your place when you're walking past people. You got to say talo and stuff. Things have changed where those things are not even important anymore. So what I try and hold in my job is to make sure that I stand my identity, but at the same time stand in the way that I'm able to serve the family, you know, in the most respectful way possible.
Yeah. You know, I think that also just highlights the importance, I guess, you know, with your show, The Casketeers, you know, there are a lot of laughs, a lot of giggles and stuff, but you know, you're also touching on the more important side, the cultural side, you know, and unfortunately death. And especially now during lockdown and with so many restrictions, there's just so many more rules that you kind of have to adhere by. And we are going to talk a little bit more about that after the upcoming break, because there was a video that went viral. So we'll love to get your thoughts on that. But before we go into break, Fiona, can you tell us, or can you think of possibly just one best moment that you've had so far on the show?
One best moment. Oh my gosh. I think the best, is when I got my fridge. I was jumping for joy. I was like, oh my gosh. And then when I actually looked at it, I was going, oh my gosh, did I actually pick up the fridge like that and, you know, put it in my office straight away? I think that was one of my highlights in the series so far, is basically getting my fridge. Not that I don't love my families who have allowed us to film them, but yeah, I mean, for me personally, yeah, it was my fridge.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. You know, I also just want to say shout out to Hannah, who's just tuned in. She's saying hi, Bear, welcome back. Also want to say hi to Patrick, Flora, and Ciola. Thank you so much for joining in, everyone. We are going to head into a short break, but don't go anywhere because we'll be right back.
Yeah, please don't go anywhere. Right after this, we will be talking about the video that has gone viral. It has either touched someone's heart or it has raised people's eyebrows. So comment below what your thoughts are. We'll be playing the video straight after this break. Stay tuned, guys.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just go straight to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūranga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. ona whaanga le whaatau ai o loa e au ngā mole ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau ai le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Le wana whaatau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo for voucher ua maua le apususi o sewa fine. So se paro loa whaingo fie a me se le te whelua i mana o telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo merkes o na inu e lor tamao re ainga.
Whaftea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaftai. Ma loa lava le tampai.
Whaftai talo for voucher. Teki talo for voucher.
O le whaamama awenga le nei ma le Pacific Isi, mo au tupe whaamumoli Samoa, a o tapuni ai ofisa mo le whaawa yaso. Whaonga nei lolna wa unanga forward ta ua, o le direct transfer. A whai wa yesa membership card ma e whaonga ina le internet banking, o le matua e whaingo fia lava. Na o le tipose mai lava lau se leni ni matua account, o na whaatino leo la foina o lau se leni mo a inga i Samoa. E ia inga i tahu na whaamaleina, mo nisi whaamatalanga i le nei au au nanga fo. Wala au le telefoni o walu se lau o tasi o nono, po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu wha. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa i le valu tolu o.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, we have the wonderful, the vibrant Fiona Bakulich joining us today from Tipene Funeral. The question has been around the viral video that's come from Tipene of a funeral that happened in Wellington. And before we share that video, I just wanted to give a quick insight of just two platforms that I've got some information from, which is Tipene itself. The video went viral, 73k views, approximately 396 comments, and reached 3.6 K people. On another platform, there was about 280k views. Sorry, 282k views, about 500 shares, and about 9,000 have reacted. The comments have come through. Some have raised their eyebrows, and some have been quite, the comments have, there's so many comments with regards to this video, but before we get Fiona's thoughts on it, we'll share the video, please, that's gone viral around the world. Please, Lemo. Even watching that video, it is heartbreaking. That is a video that was taken by Tipene in Wellington, Poreroa, the new branch down there. Fiona, before we get into your thoughts, I'm just going to quickly read a few comments that I've just taken out from two platforms. Just quickly, that was hard. My dad passed away. Last man, level 4, we couldn't do anything and it broke us completely. Not being able to say anything or say goodbye properly, everything seemed a blur. This is so destroying, so sad, but it's nice for the families to have a peace of mind that the staff at Tipene are wonderful people and who care. I know all too well, my brothers have had 2 burials. Father 2 weeks ago, Zoom call, half the world and only 10 people were able to view. So heartbreaking, so much love going out to the families of the beautiful soul, not being able to carry them one last time, lay them to rest. Your team are amazing. God bless your loving heart, Tipene team. And that comment was from Jules. But there's so many people have also said, jeepers man, that's so hard to watch. Aroha nuhi to the whānau who are going out, who are going through this right now. Fiona, I'm not even going to try and read. You already know what the comments are on Facebook. There's been some really nasty negative comments surrounding this viral video, and there's also been some really positive comments. What are your thoughts on this, and can you educate us and our people around this?
I mean, level 4 is the most hardest in our industry at the moment in regards to there's absolutely no attendance anywhere at the funeral home, dressings, arrangements. Everything for us is on either a messenger call or Zoom or just normal telephone calls. It is very, very hard for us as funeral directors because sometimes this is a family's first experience at losing someone so dear and close. Trying to explain the regulations of level 4 to a family who are very taken away with grief, it can be very hard. At the same time, when you saw the video clip of our Poreroa staff, who are all new members to the industry and have done an amazing job, this is the reality of it for them. And, you know, this is their first COVID period of doing funerals. Yeah, that's our job. That's basically what we have to do to demonstrate to people that this is how serious the rules are. And it's not that we don't have love for our families and wish that we're there, but this is, when I look at that video clip, this is the reality of what funerals are for us at the moment. And there are no ways of being able to bend the rules or anything. This is the reality of what COVID rules are for all of us all around. We would love to have a lot of rules amended for the sake of our culture aspects or because of the person who passed, but obviously this is a very serious time for us that we need to abide by the rules, and that's what our staff are showing in that clip.
Yeah. It's definitely a very, very hard moment, and we see it in the video. Jules Frost, she says it very beautifully, and I know Pea and I agree with her comment that she's put in the chat. She says, "Hi Fiona, just wanted to say to you and your team, you are amazing. Bless you all for what you do for our families that have lost ones, especially during these times. Love and respect." She also asks, for us at home watching and getting all heartbroken over the videos, it is heartbreaking, but it must be more heartbreaking for you and for your team to be present. How do you manage to keep yourself so strong during these moments?
I probably can only speak for myself at the moment. My colleagues are all of some sort of religion. But for myself in particular, the last 2 weeks have sort of been my blessings to be able to reassure our families that, and you know, it's not because we have different religions, but to reassure them that wherever what we believe in is that they've gone to somewhere where there is no more pain. And I've been able to be strong because I'm not a emotional person in front of people that I don't know.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you were my immediate family, there would be a lot more emotions because there is a connection. But the fact that I lost our dad in 2016, I absolutely know what it feels like to lose someone so near and so close.
Yeah.
And I know the physical being of wanting to be there, but also the reassurance of our Christ. There is a better place for them to rest and, not to suffer.
Yeah. That is very, very well said, Fiona. We do have another question. Are people able to postpone or their loved one's burial day?
We do have what we call a long-term hold, which basically then would change the embalming process of our bodies being embalmed to a long-term embalm, which then the body can be with us for up to 2 to 3 months.
Gotcha.
Depending on the condition of the loved one.
Yeah.
If we can see that the condition of the loved one isn't doing too well, we would advise our loved ones. And it's totally up to the family. They may say, oh, look, do as good as you can. If it comes to a certain stage where things start not holding up well, then we give you permission to close the casket and just wait until the levels go down. To be honest, the last 2 weeks, I've been amazed with the families who have allowed me to look after their parents. 2 to 3 hold, and then they're being laid to rest just by myself and my colleague.
Well, talking about that, we have just shared a few images there, Fiona. You recently did conduct a funeral service by yourself for a family here in West Auckland, I believe. What was the emotions, and tell us, being there alone, what's going through your mind, and how do you best send somebody off alone with no one? How do you do it?
To be honest, I don't look at the aspect of me being alone. I look at the aspect that I have to be strong for the families who are watching in what we call a private live stream that we do for families. We don't make it an open page. We create a private page. And obviously I take one of my colleagues who will film the process of myself and the pallbearers, who are the cemetery staff, to carry their loved ones there. I have to make sure that I, one, know how to wrap the pusa in the siapo, because my mum will kikinga my hands if I'm balea. And two, to make sure that whatever the family gives me, that I will follow through. I feel that when I do go through and do the last process, or the last place of blessings, is that I do understand this person and their character that I am now putting to rest. And I just pray a general prayer for blessings upon that person's journey and for the family that are watching. Mm-hmm. I feel that because I've been raised in a Christian family, that it is my purpose to pray for this journey that has now been taken.
Yeah.
It must be difficult. Can you share your thoughts around the culture side of things? Has it been difficult? And compared to this lockdown and the previous lockdown, has there been much of a difference and with the culture aspect, or has the first lockdown, have we learnt in the second lockdown, or has it been more difficult?
To be honest, this time lockdown has been a lot easier. I think a lot of more families have seen the reality of holding their loved ones for so long, and yet the loved one's body condition isn't holding up well. Realization also about finances, to those, the first lockdown where families were paying quite a bit of money to hold their loved ones till it went down to a 50 attendee number, or even a 10. A lot of families this time around have just said, look, they love their loved ones, they're gone to Christ, they're at peace for me to conduct that service. And, and there's no aspects of disrespecting our culture. It's just a realization of, wa'alu lekangaka, the person has passed, let them rest. And it's been a real blessing to be able to see that our people, in particular Samoan families, have now realized that, we can't do anything. We can't tell when this is going to ever end. And the realization of just doing what needs to be done is been a bit more assertive this time around.
That is, everyone in the comments and myself, I'm just so blown away by just how well you do your job and how very focused you are on all the families that are grieving during these difficult times. And, it is important to remember, like you say, that our loved ones have passed on to a better place and they are with Christ. So there's only so much we can do. So Flora in the comments has said, hats off to you, Fiona, and your team. It isn't an easy job or position to be in, especially during those hard, trying times. Last week, we had to farewell our grand aunt on the Thursday during lockdown, and we had to just sit, wait, and allow our families to grieve. It is a very hard time to go through, especially losing loved ones. Thank you so much, Flora, for sharing that. Send you our love and our prayers to you. We also have another comment from Andrea who says, isn't that awesome? Faith growing at such a hard for all, including you, sister. What a privilege to have this job of farewelling loved ones who are so, so precious. And on that note, Fiona, I guess what you do is, it is very special, and it is such a privilege as well, because you are in those last moments with these family members and these loved ones that are on their journey to heaven and to a better life.
Most definitely. I mean, we pray that whatever has been said before they pass is put them to peace. And when I am dressing the loved ones and actually doing video calls to families to be participating in the dressing time, I think a few times last week I could feel a tear come down, because obviously you can hear Samoa's background. Of course, you can hear the buckles and everything going hard out, but then you can hear the crying, saying how unjust this is, that, how cruel the rules are and stuff. But, I think if we think about the person's life, then you can understand how this can turn a bit ugly at times and feel like COVID is to blame.
Yeah.
But it's something we don't have control of. And, I think the beauty of me being able to be in the job I am is that I can speak my mother's language, Samoan, and I can reassure them that this person's not suffering anymore, and that we dress them the way, if that was our grandma or if that was our dad, that's the way I always say to my colleagues, this is the utmost respect we need to have for our families at this time, is to show them that our empathy is that, like, this is our nana. This is our grandpa. My parents always taught us growing up that, if we ever got into the industry, that's what we need to do, is to show them is that if that was our mum and dad, how would you like to treat them? And that's what we've carried through, me and my brother, through all this time. And I think it's something that you need to make sure is important to yourself.
I love that, Fiona, and I just want to say thank you so much for joining us on today's show. Unfortunately, we will have to wrap up quite soon, but I feel very blessed to have been able to have this conversation with you. I'm feeling very blessed to have, to have the life that we are living right now, and to also be in a country like New Zealand, especially during these hard times, because there are a lot of other countries in the rest of the world that aren't as lucky as us, to be truthfully speaking. So everyone, please stay in your bubbles, help out our frontline workers, stay home. Unless you really, really have to, there is no reason for you to be going anywhere. And just before I'll get you to say your final words, Fiona, we do have a few more comments coming through from Felicity, who's saying, such a beautiful kōrero from a group of wahine toa. Thank you for sharing such a heartfelt subject with us all. Mele is saying, Pea, your say is falling off. Thank you, Mele, for always looking out after us. Andrea, again, your care, Nona reassures families that they will have the best even in death. Now, I'm so sorry if I mispronounce your name. Bene Uta Willis Bless you, Fiona, and the work that you do. So heartbreaking watching that video, but knowing you were there for them, blessing. So thank you so much, Fiona. Do you have any last final words?
I just want to say to our people, be patient. Understand that the rules are not from the funeral home. They are basically standard rules that are given by the government. We love you all, family, and we know that we continue to pray for you. It doesn't matter if you're in our care or not. This is a hard time. And with the cemeteries, try and stay safe, stay out, just to protect those who are trying to help us lay our loved ones to rest. And you know what? We just pray that God will be with everyone that is still mourning at this time, and know that you are always in our thoughts.
Yeah.
Always. Thank you for allowing us to share this.
I love that. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry, ladies. Mele has asked me to ask her question. Her question being, Nona, is Ivan still Siren King?
Yes, Mele, Ivan is still the driver around Siren King.
My goodness, look, Fiona, before you go, I really want, my heart goes out to you. Thank you so much. I think the comments that have come through just show that the families are in good care, and that I wouldn't have anyone else but yourself to send them off. So it's been an absolute pleasure having you on, sis. We really appreciate it. And you sharing God's word as well today. It's going to help us get through. So thank you, Whawhitai Lava. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you to our sponsors.
Yes. Also, I just want to say quickly, for everyone that wants to watch the Casketeers, which you have to, where can they watch it, Fiona?
You can either watch it on TV on demand, and I think that's the only place you can watch it, TV on demand. We're doing our series 5 at the moment, so we're filming again. So yeah, look out for the new series coming up probably at the end of the year or at the beginning of next year.
Perfect. So everyone head over to TVNZ on demand. Not that we have a lot to do now anyway, so you have to use your time to watch the Casketeers. It's a big laugh. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Pacific Money Transfer, Pacific 40, Say Oriana, Moto Samoa, the Pacific Business Hub, Seki Works. Thank you for Whawhitai Lava. Without your love and support, we wouldn't be able to have this platform to share the journeys of our people. But thank you for Whawhitai Lava, sis. To everyone that's watching, God bless.
Yeah.
Take it easy, stay in your bubble, and we love you. Tune in tomorrow, guys. So far, so far.
Bye.
Squad, baby. Rex, J. Sands.
Let's go.
Oh, say I'm say you are complete to me, Agelio. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting on me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move out in the come here. Yeah, they on the layout, oh, dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, I'm in and not the bite to get out. Say,